Welcome to 5-Minute Library. What if I told you that the key to finding some real, lasting peace could be unlocked with just 2 simple words? I know, it sounds way too easy to be true. But today, we're going to dive into a really powerful mindset shift that's helping people everywhere find their calm again.
You know that feeling, right? That knot in your stomach when you're trying to manage what someone else thinks of you, or when you're trying to control an outcome you have absolutely no power over? Well, you are not alone. We spend so much energy trying to steer everybody else's ship, but what if we just stopped?
So a lot of us, without even realizing it, fall into what's called the control trap. It is this exhausting, just never-ending cycle of trying to manage other people, their choices, their feelings, their drama. It's this deep-down belief that if we just try a little harder or explain ourselves a little better, we can somehow force things to go our way.
And the scale of this thing it's just staggering. Research actually shows that 7 out of 10 of us are living in a state of chronic stress. And that stress comes directly from this impossible task of trying to control the lives of other people. This isn't some personal failing. It's a superhuman tendency, but it's one that's costing us our peace of mind.
Okay, so how do we escape this trap? The answer, believe it or not, is shockingly simple. It lies in 2 little words that kind of act like a key to unlock our own freedom. It's called the let them theory.
The theory, which was made popular by the author and speaker Mel Robbins, is really a radical act of acceptance. It's the conscious choice to just stop fighting reality. When someone is going to do something, or think something, or say something, you just let them. Now, this isn't about giving up. It's about giving up the fight you were probably never going to win in the first place.
And this is absolutely crucial. The theory has 2 parts. The first part is let them. That's all about releasing your grip on the outside world. But the real power, the game changer, comes from the second part, let me. It means let them be who they are, and let me decide what I'm going to do about it for my own peace and my own integrity. It's this huge shift from trying to control them to taking total responsibility for yourself.
Now, this isn't just some catchy phrase you'd see on a coffee mug. It's actually grounded in some very real, well-established psychological principles. And understanding why it works is the key to making it stick.
So these foundations are pretty solid. The theory helps shift what's called your locus of control, from external, things you can't change, to internal, things you can. It's also a form of radical acceptance, basically seeing reality for what it is without arguing with it. And it has these deep roots in philosophies like Buddhist non-attachment, which teaches that our suffering really comes from trying to control things that are, well, uncontrollable.
Okay, so we get the what and the why, but how do we actually put this into practice? When we're in the moment, feeling triggered, anxious, or just plain frustrated. Let's break down the actual steps.
The framework is pretty simple, just 3 steps. First, pause and accept. The second you feel that internal stress start to bubble up, just pause. Take a breath, accept the situation for what it is. Second, assess and align. Check in with yourself. How do you actually feel? What do you need right now? And then align your next move with your own values. And finally, respond intentionally. Don't just react, choose your next move with purpose.
Let's make this real with some examples. Let's say a friend is constantly canceling on you. Okay, let them. Their actions are telling you something. Now, let me invest my energy in people who actually show up for me. Or a coworker is being difficult. Fine, let them. Let me focus on my own professionalism and protect my own energy. Someone ghosts you after a couple dates. Let them. And let me decide that I deserve someone who can communicate clearly. You see how that works?
Now, as with any popular idea, it's really important to look at it with a critical eye. Is this theory some kind of silver bullet for all of life's problems? Well, the short answer is no, and both regular people and experts have pointed out some important things to watch out for.
Some critics, like this user on Reddit, argue the theory just promotes being passive, that it's an illusion of control disguised as acceptance. Their point is that you're not really taking control, you're just sort of reframing bad things as if they're happening on your terms. It's a pretty sharp critique, and it's worth thinking about.
And psychologists actually echo some of these concerns. They warn that this is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Letting go should not be an excuse to avoid unnecessary conflict or a tough conversation. And maybe most importantly, if you only practice the let them part without the let me part, you risk becoming a doormat or even enabling toxic behavior. The real power is in the balance of both.
So after looking at the theory, how to use it, and its criticisms, what's the ultimate takeaway here? Where does the real power of this idea actually lie?
At the end of the day, this isn't about becoming indifferent or not caring. It's about freedom. It's about reclaiming the huge amounts of mental and emotional energy we spend on things we can't change, and then redirecting all of that power toward building a life that is truly and authentically yours.
And so that leaves us with one last question. If you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, if you stop wasting your precious energy on other people's drama, what will you do with all that reclaimed peace and power? What will you build? Well, that's something only you can answer.